Thanks everyone for being here. Yes, my name is Dong Song. I'm a professor in computer science at UC Berkeley and also co-director of a campus-wide center called Berkeley Center for Responsible Decentralized Intelligence. Today I'll talk about frontier AI in cybersecurity, risks, challenges, and future directions. So we're all really excited about the fast advancements in frontier AI, but however, there are many risks. And I personally do strongly believe that cybersecurity will be one of the biggest AI risk domains for a number of reasons. So today so there are already diverse incentives for attacks, and today attacks already cause huge damages. And increased AI capabilities, in particular in reasoning and coding and so on, can significantly reduce attack cost and increase attack scale. So one key question is, given that AI is a dual-use technology that can help both the attacker side and the defender side, so how will frontier AI change the landscape of cybersecurity? In particular, who will AI help more, attacker or the defenders? Cybersecurity is a very complex domain. For example, for end-to-end attacks, it goes through many stages. For example, the kill chain with the 7 stages as an example here. So in order to actually answer the questions asked earlier about how will frontier AI change the landscape of cybersecurity, we actually need to do detailed analysis through each stage of attack chains and also defenses as well to really understand how AI is impacting every stage of both attack side and defense side. So my group actually was the first to investigate how to use deep learning in cybersecurity fields many years ago. In particular, deep learning for binary analysis and vulnerability detection. And even back then, we showed that deep learning actually can help achieve state-of-the-art in binary code similarity detection and for vulnerability detection as well. And fast forward with the advancements in frontier AI, the impact of AI in cybersecurity fields is even more, it's even greater. So in our recent paper, we actually did an in-depth study surveying hundreds of articles in this domain to actually study the impact of frontier AI in every stage of the attack side and on the defense side. And overall, what we have found is that frontier AI is already impactful in many of the stages in attacks and defenses. And in particular, what's even more alarming is that this actually is changing really fast as well. So here I'll just give you 2 examples of our recent work on 2 recent benchmarks for frontier AI in cybersecurity. The first one is called the BountyBench, where we constructed a benchmark with 40 real-world bug bounties. These mostly focus on web applications. And we test the agent with the 3 types of tasks to try to detect vulnerabilities in these real-world web applications, and also to generate exploits for them, and also to patch them. And know that these are real-world bug bounties where developers of these real-world web applications actually set up these monetary rewards to incentivize white hat hackers to try to help find vulnerabilities in these applications and patch and so on. So our work showed that today's agents can already solve many of these real-world bug bounty tasks and can actually gain on the order of tens of thousands of dollars by just solving these real-world bug bounties. So that's the BountyBench, and also the paper appears at this Europe, and you can come visit our posters on December 5th. And so the second example I want to mention here is CyberGym, which actually focuses on C, C++, real-world, widely distributed open source software. So CyberGym is a benchmark that contains close to 200 this large-scale, widely distributed open source software, which contains over 1,500 previously known vulnerabilities. And we test agents with 2 types of tasks. One is to try to find previously known vulnerabilities, and also to generate what's called POCs, proof of concepts. So these are inputs that actually can trigger the vulnerabilities. And that's the first type of task. And the second type of task is to try to find actually previously unknown vulnerabilities, which are called 0 days, and also generate POCs for them. So our work has shown that the frontier AI capabilities in cybersecurity is really increasing drastically. Even just this past year, in the last few months, what we have seen is the model and agent capabilities on this task has increased, as you can see on the plot, has increased drastically. From Sonnet 4 in the late spring, early summer, was able to find these previously known vulnerabilities and generate POCs for around 18% of the instances, to Sonnet 4.5 released in September, close to around 28%. And also, in addition, we also show that the agents actually can find 0 days in these large-scale, widely distributed open source software as well. And in particular, in our case, our agents actually were able to find 35 0 days. And keep in mind that these are actually, because they are security critical software, they actually have been fast tested over a long period of time, and still actually with fairly low budgets, oftentimes just a few dollars, the agents actually are able to find these 0 days. And a number of CVEs have been issued for the 0 days that we discovered, and also patches, a number of these vulnerabilities have been patched by the developers. And also I want to mention that, so what I have shown is in the low budget setting, where we essentially only tried have the agents run doing one trial. But however, so recently, Anthropic taking our benchmark, they show that as you increase the budgets, for example, of agents to do 30 trials instead for each instance, the agent success rate actually goes up to close to 67% in terms of finding previously known vulnerabilities and generating POCs. And also, they are able to find more new vulnerabilities as well. And also, CyberGym has been included in the system card for Anthropic's latest model release, Sonnet 4.5, as a measurement for AI capability in cybersecurity. So these are all showing that AI capability in cybersecurity is increasing really fast. So the key question here is then, what can we do? So ideally, we would like to have AI to help more on the defense side than the attacker side. But however, there are many challenges in this case. So for example, the same in our paper, we show that what we call equivalence classes. So the same technologies that help on the defense side oftentimes can actually help attacker side as well on the corresponding in the corresponding stage. And also, there is a natural asymmetry between defense and offense. So for example, attackers only need to find one attack that works, but defenders need to fix all bugs. And also, the cost of defense oftentimes is much higher than attacks. So even when patches exist, it actually can take a long time to do the deployment of patches. For example, there's estimates that the mean time to deploy remediation in hospitals is close to 500 days, 471 days. So all this indicates that it's actually very challenging for, due to this natural symmetry, to have essentially, actually, from our analysis, it shows that actually in the near term, we think that the frontier AI capabilities can help attackers more than defenders, given these natural asymmetry. And given this, we actually also need to have the community come together to do continuous monitoring of increased AI capability in cybersecurity, and also see how we can develop better methods for defense. And recently, we've launched this Frontier AI Cybersecurity Observatory as a central place to serve as an open platform to bring the community together to do continuous monitoring of AI capabilities in cybersecurity. And I have very little time left. So there's a lot of questions in terms of what we can do to actually build defenses. So there are different paradigms how we can develop better defenses. So in our view, this, of course, AI can help doing better bug finding and then doing patches and so on. But ultimately, I view that actually this proactive defense through secure by construction will be the most effective methods where we can actually use AI to help do thing proving for program verification to help us to actually generate provably secure code in conjunction with program synthesis to actually help AI to help defenders more.